Finding your apartment is a big step. If you start the search knowing what you want and how much you can afford to spend monthly, it will greatly increase the potential of making a good choice. Renting offers several advantages over buying, especially for people who are unsure about their long-term housing needs or who have limited resources for a down payment. Apartments often cost less to rent than owning a home. Saving money on housing will enable saving on other things such as vacations or cars. Aside from offering low prices for rent, having an apartment can save money in other ways. For instance, if something major goes wrong in a rented apartment, such as a broken appliance or faulty plumbing, it is the landlord's responsibility to pay and fix it. In addition, apartment complexes tend to offer a wide variety of amenities as part of your lease payment, including everything in one payment to make it affordable and more convenient. Renting does not allow you to build equity. Once you move out, you have nothing to show for your years of paying rent. You don't get any tax benefits. Your landlord enjoys the tax and other advantages of owning the property. In some situations, you are very limited in the way in which you can personalize your space. Some rental units restrict painting or even hanging things on the wall. Some rules may include no pets, no extended time for overnight guests, and parking restrictions for visitors. According to the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, also known as HUD, housing costs should account for no more than 30% of your total income. That means if you bring home $2,000 a month, you can spend up to $600 on your rent. This leaves enough left over for groceries, utilities, transportation, and other expenses. Take a look at your housing needs and wants. Create a checklist to determine what kind of housing best suits you. Your checklist might include criteria such as location, size of the unit, parking spaces, restrictions, pets, amenities such as fitness centers, and most important, your willingness to share the unit. Once you've decided on your budget, preferred location, and features you must have, it's time to start looking for an apartment. You may be able to find an online site that lists available apartments, but for most people, checking the local papers will provide the most options to choose from. Looking through listings and circling anything that is within your price range and list some of the features that you are looking for. Once you have a list of apartments, be sure to visit at least 3 apartments. This gives you a chance to compare the apartments before choosing the one which best meets your needs. After completing your research, it's time to make a choice. A lease is a binding contract that lays out the conditions and responsibilities of a rental agreement between the landlord and the renter. It stipulates the monthly rental price, payment due date, length of lease, as well as what happens if one breaks the lease. Other information contained in the lease is which of you will pay the utilities, if pets are allowed, and any other restrictions and requirement the landlord wants to include. Read your lease agreement very carefully before you sign it. You'll be held accountable for knowing everything included in the lease, even if you've never read it. Also, keep a copy for the lease for your records. It may come in handy if you have questions about what you are allowed and not allowed to do. Never sign a lease without reading it carefully and understanding the terms. Complete a thorough walkthrough and report anything that needs to be repaired. Once you sign the lease, it's now your apartment. You can begin the process of moving in and making it feel more like home by moving in personal items and carefully shopping for other things you need. Finding your first apartment is an exciting adventure. Taking the time to put together a checklist of what you want and do not want will help you make an informed choice. The amount of money you can pay for a place to live will be one of the most costly expenditures you make. Remember, always maintain a working budget, which will allow you to live on your own while still saving and investing some of your money.